On today's episode, it is a special episode. We have the Guerrilla Publishing gang. Julio Guerra, Ben Miller, Bill Hallier, and Stone Cold Steve Urkel the Princess King, also known as Vinny Malave, here to discuss Tales from the Cryptic Closet for Kickstarter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the GeekStudioz podcast. We're here with the whole Guerrilla gang.
What's up? You gotta go name by name.
I gotta go name my name. All right, cool.
Starting.
All right, so we got Mike, we got Julio, we got Ben, we got Bill, and we got hold on.
Stone Cold Steve Urkel, the Princess King.
Hey guys.
Also known as Vinny.
And then we got State Alchemist Mando the Pirate King, aka Sam TPK.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
And you see that? And that's how you give an intro.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take notes for next time. I got you.
Thank you guys for having us on.
No problem.
Thank you, guys.
So first of all, how's everybody doing today? I know it's a late day.
Yeah, good man. Can't complain. It's Thursday. You know, it's we're close to Friday. Friday's around the corner, so you can't complain. I mean, we're on here talking dick jokes, so I'm all for it.
Hopefully.
Oh,
It has
Vinny,
been a wonderful week.
Yeah, I think most people are off on Monday.
Absolutely, for Veterans Day.
Oh, you're turn off? Oh.
Nope. That's a touchy subject, my friend. Don't bring up any holiday.
Yeah.
Vinny, Bill, and I work nonstop.
Oh.
If you guys pro wrestling tees, if we're off on Monday, our boss will be like, "Is Raw live?" And we'll be like, "Yeah." Then you're going to work.
But it wasn't live.
Don't take days off, brother.
Goes into his fanny pack.
I mean, with the political climate the way it is, it's already been a rough week. I have to think everybody deserves a day off.
Dude, we need a week off. We need a week off with a stimulus check.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
This man knows. This man knows.
Yeah, like to give us some money to go eat and forget our, drink our sorrows away.
For a week. That's all I ask.
It's like America's going through a really tough breakup right now.
Right? Everybody feeling sorrow, like legitimately crying.
Yeah,
When will it ever be the same again?
I know. I go on social media. That's all Facebook is right now.
Yeah. I think all social media right now, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are hurt. Like everybody foreseeing the outcome, but to see them just how lopsided it was just like so blatantly, like you just gonna spit in my face? And you can call it rain.
I wanted to look up who were the voters and then go on our Kickstarter and the GoFundMe and see whose names match up and then kick them off.
Well, let us know if you want some help. We can get that done.
Vinny
just
does
put
not
birds
speak for
in
Guerrilla
boats.
Publishing. We accept all donors. As long as your money is green.
There's no. I mean, yeah, of course. But yeah, were you saying that you guys were reading the first couple issues of the comic?
Yeah, you see anything in there you liked?
Bill did it all by himself. We're just here.
Yep.
Yeah. All we did, Julio made the top staple in the middle of the book, and I did the bottom staple.
Dude, these guys are the best staplers in the
Teamwork.
biz. That's why I
Yeah.
keep them around.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey, think about how many books it was. That's a lot of staples.
That's a lot of staples.
A lot of
It's
things.
not, yeah.
A whole lot of
We're
staples.
Hispanic, so we're used to the hard work.
Yeah. I only have arthritis in my right hand.
And that's not because of the staples.
It's not. I actually use the stapler with only my left hand.
That hand is just fine.
Yeah, it's great. It's peaking right now.
He calls it the stranger. I've got a job for you, handsome stranger.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It
Absolutely.
only took 5 minutes for the first masturbation joke.
I was gonna
Hey,
say,
it came quick.
Oh,
No, those issues were great, man. Like reading through those, I was reading them today. And,
Move closer to the mic.
to me,
yeah.
Yes.
yeah, me
It
to
kind
me.
of cut out.
But yeah, the first two issues, reading the different stories. So the first thing that hit me was, well, obviously was the artwork, right? But reading these stories, knowing that like, okay, well, there wasn't too much information, but that's okay, and knowing that you guys are wrestling fans, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I know where you go. Okay, I don't know where you're going, but I know it's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So like, it may not necessarily be over in these things. You know what I mean? So like, as I'm reading some of these, I'm like, man, like, you know, because there's so many different stories in them. But like,
Yeah, that second issue is packed with stuff too.
yes,
There's a lot going on in there.
yeah, with man, I don't even know how to explain because it's like the different stories in between the different definitely got my attention because I should after 2 pages. That's great. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah. On to the next thing. You know what I mean?
Going in and out.
Right. So like
no, like you keep going in and out,
I am.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
So
but you gotta look at them like.
fair enough. I'm not used to this, okay? I usually have a microphone
Oh.
singing into it. So did I unplug it?
Yes, you did.
Is it good?
You're
Can
good.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I apologize.
You're doing too much with your hands.
Stupid Red Bull. But yeah, man, like so I mostly have questions, but at the same time I don't want answers. It's really what it is. You know what I mean? Like
I know
that's,
exactly, yeah.
that's exactly
You
what it
sound-
is.
you
I
sound
have
like
a lot of
Lex.
questions, but at the same time I'd rather not know.
You sound like my ex.
Same way about horror.
See, but I'm kind of intrigued. I kind of want to know what the questions are.
We'll do our best.
More
to
so
answer them.
inspiration, like you know what I mean, or like where these things came from, and because with the answer to that could lead to where if there might be a continuation of sorts of where it might go. You know what I mean? So let's say let's go with the first story, right? The first story, the first comic. You know, I mean, like it kind of, it was awesome in the sense of like, it's a regular story. This girl's going around, you know what I mean? So like, she's buying some stuff and it's a shirt and takes over her, right? The whole story premise is beautiful. It really is. And amongst all of them, they really are. In the sense of like, okay, well, how it's exactly what it is. You guys set it up.
Well,
You know what I
funny
mean?
that
Like, so like,
story, Threads. That have you ever heard of the movie Glorious? That's on Shudder.
no.
Okay, it's kind of a
I'm not gonna lie to
Lovecrafty
you.
movie. It's a movie that has to do about it takes place in a glory hole, and it's fucking awesome. J.K. Simmons plays the voice of the glory hole, and it's fucking amazing. Long story
Look
short,
that up.
You know what you're
the guy
talking about.
who wrote that movie is the one who wrote that story.
Okay. Cool.
So his mind is just fucking.
interesting.
Julio, how would you explain Josh's brain?
Josh and Bill are like enigmas when it comes to things. Josh is with his words as if Bill is with his art. When you mentioned those story breaks in between every story, that is completely written and drawn by Bill Hallier. In his mind, like if you look at his studio right now, this dude's mind is
Don't look too
just like
closely.
But Josh is the same way. Like the dude can take you on a journey, whether if it's 1 to 5 pages, and he does multiple stories in issue 1 and issue 2, and just to see the way he works is incredible. Like his inspirations, and he's a big H.P. Lovecraft guy, hence why he did Glorious. And if you read any of the stories that he's done, it has those like cosmic, weird, mind-bending, like body horror things into them, and it's done so tastefully where it takes you on the journey, and not where it's in your face, which like some of us do enjoy, or the way we write or draw. But yeah, he's incredible. Everyone on every Tales is incredible, hence why they're all on them. Because it's a plethora of imagination and just like fandom. And I think Josh shows it really in Thread, and Jorge Garza, the guy who did the art for that, just they went well hand in hand.
Yeah, I loved that story. All the hints that like you're saying, he didn't answer a lot of questions. He asked a lot of questions and left a lot of threads lying around about
and that's
cults
fine.
and ancient
You know what I mean?
gods and what is real. I love that stuff, and I thought they really.
And if I'm not mistaken, that first Kickstarter, the shirt for the Kickstarter was the shirt from the Thread story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried to bring it in, like do the whole meta thing and break the fourth wall. Like, oh, you don't know what this design is yet. You have to read the book, and then you'll get for those who got who backed that tier were like presently surprised, like, oh shit, I got this shirt. Like, what am I going to do now?
I have the shirt somewhere.
Oh, somewhere. Sorry, somewhere.
I always get all the shirts.
So I feel like our goal is to get. It's not necessarily free, but we want to get as much wearable swag as we can. So we definitely, whenever we're bagging it, we're bag any tier that has at least a t-shirt, a hat. I too have. I got the Death Bag, both Death Bag shirts. I got the Cryptic Closet shirt. And look, I think I got something. I got both of the Ralph shirts too.
Oh yeah.
Like clothes are our favorite thing, and the quality of them are always top tier.
Dude, yeah, pro wrestling tees.
You do a good job. You do a good job.
Yeah,
dude, Julio and I working at the t-shirt shop, we became t-shirt snobs. We'll never wear Gildan shirts again.
Nope. We legit. You think he's playing? No, that's legit. We're like, hey, what kind of brand is that? Like, I need to feel that. Like, how's it fit? How's it lay? So
absolutely,
we if we won't wear it, we won't put it up for a tier. That's how we put it.
Makes sense, man.
So
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fair. I would say, personally, out of the Cryptic Closet series, my favorite one, 3D. The graphics and time and effort that it was phenomenal. Like I thoroughly enjoyed actually sitting there putting on the glasses and feeling a part of the book. That was really enjoyable for me. And then Death Bag is just my favorite series, so I just love all of his stories.
Thanks, man.
See, well, maybe you can convince Julio to bring Death Bag into Tales from the Cryptic Closet 5.
It was nice.
What's stopping you?
We have to get through 4 first. We have to make sure this one gets done.
Fair enough, man.
That's what's stopping me right now.
That's weird.
No.
Yeah, that 3D one was really fun to figure out how to do all that stuff.
I can imagine. So let's talk about that. Like, what was the biggest challenge in creating a 3D Cryptic Closet?
Bill?
Bill, it has to go to you because you like artistically and like as far as doing the 3D and all that, you were the one who really figured that out. And like, I can truthfully say the Danhausen print is one of the best.
That did turn out really
Well
good, didn't it?
put, dude, that was like the best well put the 3D image ever. Like the parts that stuck out more than the others, it was also like perfectly mapped out. And I just remember being like, if I think I've told you this before, if your brain was the fucking basketball and Space Jam, dude,
Where's this going?
for 24 hours. I just want some of Bill's artistic power for 24 hours. Also, Mike's magic stuff in that water bottle. You don't want to know what was in it. It was piss.
It was
Oh boy.
So I guess this is going towards Bill in the most like in the design epic because of course since you had the biggest hand in it, what story were you trying to tell with the design and layout of Cryptic Closet 3D?
Well, you know, the whole 3D once we landed on that we're going to be doing it all in 3D, you know, it was all about pushing things, you know, getting things up in your face and creating layers and depth, you know. So everything I did, I tried to have 2, 3, 4 separate definitive, you know, spaces to make it easier when it came time to, you know, turn it all 3D. And then I had to go figure out how to do that. And thank God for YouTube, man. We found some really awesome tutorials on there for Photoshop and things like that, and basically taught ourselves how to separate all these, you know, a flat image into multiple different planes in Photoshop. And I think it turned out really good. You know, none of us had ever done it before. Everybody did it, you know, every artist did it themselves, broke those plates up, and it looked really cool. There's some awesome pages in there that are just like pouring off the page, you know?
I agree. I feel like I need to go get the book to verify, but there was one page towards the back. I think it was kind of all black, or it was one of my favorite pages in the book. I wouldn't say all black. I gotta go back and get it.
And anything that comes with like extra swag, like the pair of glasses that it came with, that was awesome too.
The glasses, all the stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because it's like you almost have to play in, like when you're doing something and you know it's going to be in 3D, especially like a comic book. It's like it's made, something like that's kind of made to be gimmicky, right? Like you want it to be somewhat like not cheesy, but like you watch Freddy's Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street. You could tell what parts they blatantly made for 3D that didn't be there.
Yeah.
They did it because they knew, oh, this is gonna be cool in 3D, and it's like you have to do that to get the best freaking experience. You know, it's like, truthfully, for 3D was like it wasn't even a question. We're like, the third one has to be in 3D, and like us as comic nerds were getting excited at just the thought of doing something like that. And then the fact that we did it, and even just how it all came out, that's one of the coolest things, in my opinion, that we've done to date. Like, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
So I have to admit, I have never personally been a fan of horror or the thriller epic, but the Cryptic in the Closet series has been, I have to say, it's my personal favorite horror comic series.
Oh yeah,
because it touches on a little bit of everything. Like, it's not so bad that I'm up at night thinking like, oh, what is this? Don't touch me. But it has those nice breaks, and it gives me like a good laugh or relief. It's like I enjoy going on the journey that you guys are writing and how you're presenting it. Like, it's just a nice journey for somebody that does not like a horror background or anything like that. Like, I watch some zombie movies, but it's not my thing.
Well,
I've
I'm
never.
glad we didn't keep you up too
proudly
late.
say I've never seen Walking Dead.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's funny because two writers are not horror fans or never wrote horror before they joined Cryptic Closet. Ben Miller wrote his first horror story in. So the first one of the first stories you read is his first horror story, and then in Tales 2, John Parrish, that's his first horror story, and both are great writers. And I mean, Miller wrote Kanisha, which is probably the best social commentary book there is to date. And here he writes the same thing with Cops. I think Cops is in issue 1, right? Or is that 2? Or Monsters?
Monsters, yeah, with the cops. Yeah, I think that's an issue. That's definitely an issue 1.
Yeah.
Miller's just quiet. Like, I don't know anymore.
It was a little. I was very nervous about writing because, like, I did not grow up watching horror movies. They were the devil's work, and
Exactly.
and well, no, because it's like just we grew up pretty strict, and so like I was like even when like in one of the stories I don't even remember which one it was, but it was like you use the ending for this horror movie. I was like, oh. I have not seen that. The only time I ever see horror movies is when I'm with Julio, because it's like he always has like a horror movie fest and we watch movies over there. But like most horror movies, like I haven't seen them. Especially like the older ones. Like I'm not gonna get caught up ever. So
ever.
Just falling farther and farther behind, baby.
I am,
I mean, which is still fun because again, the story you wrote for me, it worked. It's played to the theme. It did what it needed to do. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Whether a horror aficionado will love it, I can't say, but I enjoyed it.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, as a One Piece fan, for you to say that you'll never
take the mic
because it looks weird.
I'm over here.
It looks weird when I take the
You
mic.
guys gotta hold me. I don't hear either.
Let's get really close, like you're sharing a milkshake.
There you go. Oh, that's sweet.
There you go.
That's the screenshot that's going to happen now.
That'll be the thumbnail. Don't worry. Thanks.
It's a soft new era for GeekStudioz.
Ooh. GeekStudioz After Dark is gonna have an interesting conversation.
I was gonna say, Ernest, as a One Piece fan, for you to agree that it's hard to catch up to like all the horror stories in the past. Seeing how One Piece has like over 1,000 episodes that you're caught up.
So that's different.
Hold on, I'll back you up. I got you. It's a continuous series that's telling the same story throughout the whole thing versus thousands of different movies.
That's one point. Great point. 2,
different arcs.
Still, I mean, yes, different arcs tell different stories, but it's still one large story. 2, One Piece, each episode without the fillers, without the commercials, it's like 18 minutes versus movies who are 98 minutes to 2 hours long each movie, and there's thousands of movies.
You're not a man of commitment, are you?
What's that?
I was like, you're not a man of commitment, are you, Pirate King? He's like, listen, I'll go on a date with you, but if it's more than 18 minutes, I don't think I could do this.
I like to keep my options open. I gotta be flexible. One Piece already has it's dedicated. One Piece sits up here, everything else comes second. So if you can't meet the time frame that I have left, we gotta keep moving.
I feel that, dude.
I can honestly say I've never seen anything One Piece.
Me either.
I mean, that's fair. One Piece isn't for everybody, but I will tell you this: if you love a great story, character building. I'm gonna get off my soapbox because this isn't about One Piece, but still, it's a great story.
He could sit here and talk hours about One Piece.
I didn't realize there was that much One Piece out there. That's amazing.
There's
Yeah,
it's above 1,000 episodes.
Wow.
There's like the manga's even still going.
Mhm.
They're making different movies and different stuff. So
Oh.
and he's watched it all and read it all.
for the most part, yeah.
Commitment.
This guy watched 1,000 episodes. I can't get Julio to watch one Rocky movie.
You've never seen Rocky?
I've seen it. It's not my thing. I'm not into sports movies. Yeah.
Okay.
So that brings up a different topic of would you call Die Hard a holiday movie?
Die Hard? Yeah, Die Hard.
If you want to watch it in Christmas, I'd call it whatever it takes.
Like, I only say that because I was just watching the trivia.
Die
I was watching a trivia TV show, and they called Die Hard. They called Die Hard a holiday movie, and they called what was it?
Batman Returns.
It was something else they called an action movie, and I'm like, I would not consider that an action movie, and I don't consider Die Hard a holiday movie. I feel like it's a great action movie that
It took
happened
place at a
around
Christmas party.
Right. It was in California, so there's no snow.
Yeah, it was a Christmas party at Nakatomi Towers.
Does that make it a Christmas movie? I mean, a holiday movie?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
I watch it every Christmas.
I mean, I watch Batman Returns every Christmas.
Those are the two movies I watch every Christmas.
Oh, that's good.
I kind of hate that movie.
Well, now I'm going to watch it twice this year. And one for Ben.
Just to spite me.
Oh, boy.
Wearing a Batman costume while I do it.
That'd be cool. That would be good to watch Batman while wearing a Batman suit.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Real hot, real fast.
It's called 40. It's called 40X. That's what it's called.
You got to stock up on the talc.
You have the popcorn bucket with the fucking bat signal.
Oh, that was cool.
Somebody in our group definitely wouldn't got that bucket. I won't say any names, but somebody definitely has the Batman bucket.
Wait, who? Because it's not me.
Stone Cold Steve Urkel, the Princess King, has it.
Oh, nice.
Stone Cold Steve Urkel, the Princess King, has more popcorn buckets than he has popcorn. I don't even need popcorn. But like,
They all
I
have
have enough
holes in the
popcorn buckets. Yeah, like I have enough right now. This whole group chat, you guys can have a popcorn bucket to yourself. I'm like, you can get the alien one that looks like a penis. You can get the Deadpool head. You can,
All right. That sexy Dune worm. I want that one.
Yeah.
I do have the Wolverine like the giant mouth.
The giant mouth? Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. The alien head fits in it a little bit. The one else like a dick.
I like that you played with them.
I mean, if you're a collector,
Yeah. I mean, what are these for then?
It wasn't sarcasm. I was honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a collector, you should be able to enjoy them in the way that you want to enjoy them. I mean, getting all these Funko photos and sitting them on the wall is crazy. Like, do you play with them?
That one.
Yeah, you just want them to be up there.
He's like, my bathtub gets lonely without them.
No, those are the other ones on this side. I got more on that side. Those
He's
are
like,
the bad ones.
Aquaman comes with me. That sounded gross.
It goes in the water with them. It
I
makes sense.
don't have Aquaman, but I do have
Semen?
Seaman? I was gonna say, I do have Namor.
He's the sidekick.
Hey man,
Hey, man.
how you doing?
Good. Yeah, he's the sidekick. Actually, I don't know if Julio told you, but this is I don't know why I'm telling you. My band for our live show, I couldn't think of a costume, so I made us all shirts that said "Fantastic Foreskin," and we were the best dressed ones there.
First off,
That's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, my name was the human fleshlight. That was my.
Well, now we got to go through all the group. Well,
None of the rest of us are in the band.
For obvious reasons.
Not part of the foreskins.
Yeah, the fingerling.
the fingerling.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, listen, I have porn star names for days. That's a whole different podcast episode.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
dark.
go back to the book.
Speaking of porn stars,
Speaking of creaming your pants, the fourth issue.
and the fourth issue. Yeah, does anybody want to give us an overview of the fourth issue? What are we expecting without giving too much away?
Sure. Yeah, so the fourth issue is 100% complete done, as you can see right here. We have some guys coming back. For example, we mentioned some guys earlier. John Parrish is coming back. Othello Flowers, of course, myself, Vinny, Ben, and Bill are coming back. And we have some new talent, which are making their debuts here, which we usually do for Tales. Is we try to bring some people in, especially some first timers. So we'll have a young lady who's, I believe, a senior in high school making her publication debut. Her name's Lillian Bonner. She's teaming with John Parrish for a story called Good Boy. So she'll be doing that. We have Eric Wolfgang. He's known for working with All Yeah Comics. I believe he was the marketing manager for Marvel Comics at one point. So he wrote and drew a story called The Mirror. And then we have a up-and-comer from Northwest Indiana that we're proud of. His name is Isaac Popovich. And he wrote and drew his own story. I think it's called The Stone or The Statue. So we have three new stories by three new people that we're super excited for. The book, I know we kind of reminisced on the first three issues and whatnot, but I've been saying this a lot, and it kind of, I'm not downplaying the other three at all. My thing is, if you didn't evolve through the years, then you're not doing your job. And issue 4 is the best Tales from the Cryptic Closet we put out. We took a 2-year hiatus from issue 3 to issue 4. And you can tell, which is a good thing. Some people have ring rust and stuff like that, and everyone brought their A game, whether it be storytelling, art. The production on the book looks great. So yeah, and we have you brought up wrestling. So the first 3 issues did have wrestlers, and those were all through Vinny, who made a connection with them. So Killer Cross or Karrion Kross from WWE was in issue 1 and 2. Danhausen is in issue 3. So we went a little bit in a different route for issue 4. Through that time period, we all have grown. Guerilla's done some stuff. I personally and Vinny and Moses went off to do the Horror House Shop on their own, bringing Chicago their own first brick and mortar all horror store. And with that, they made some connections by doing these screenings and stuff that I'm sure you guys have been seeing on social media. Yeah. And they befriended Brett Wagner, who played Leatherface in the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And that dude and Bill made a fucking killer intro. Brett kind of gives like his background on EC Comics and how, let's just put it this way, if fucking Leatherface goes, you need to read this book, you need to read this fucking book.
I didn't know he was a comic nerd.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he breaks it down in that intro, man, and it's good. If I got a little emotional reading it because it's like we made this guy reminisce from when he was younger and reading those old school books and saying he felt the same way picking up issue 4. And I think that's a testament to the 3 guys sharing this with me and all the other amazing creators on here that we did it, because that's Vinny can correct me if I'm wrong, but when Vinny and I first discussed doing this, that's the one thing we wanted to recreate. We wanted to recreate EC Comics because we felt like no one was doing it. And then shortly after we did the first one, we started seeing the emergence of Creepshow, and EC Comics came back again through Oni Press. So all of a sudden there was a reemergence of horror comics and especially horror anthologies. And to have this guy who played one of the most iconic characters of horror film to say, like, you guys hit it. I mean, and with this book too. So
yeah, we lucked out. It felt fitting for this one to kind of shift the focus. I think at the time, having Killer Cross and Danhausen a part of the first 3, it felt like it made sense for the time. I was still working for Pro Wrestling Tees. I was still working hand in hand with Killer Cross doing shirt designs, even with Danhausen. And as Julio mentioned, we all kind of like took a 2-year hiatus and kind of hit the reset. And I felt like a lot more good came out of it than anything bad at all. You know, like I feel like we all kind of needed that. We all kind of, kind of stretched out and kind of like achieve things that we wanted to do. Like
in anime, we will say that was your training arc. Everybody took a 2-year training arc and came back a whole lot stronger.
Oh man, no, and this one, it just felt like, yeah, we could go and try to.
Oh no, he froze.
Oh, cliffhanger,
Bros.
Find a wrestler.
Oh, if you can
Wait,
hear
what's
us,
going on? I can't.
Not
Yeah,
he
you
froze.
It's cutting off and going black. Oh, my
Are
bad.
you
No, it's cool to kind of go and kind of work with somebody like Brett Wagner for, so kind of reach out to somebody in the horror community opposed to wrestling. It feels like it fits a lot more with what we're doing, and it just makes a little bit more sense. Not that the other ones didn't, but this one just felt like all the stars kind of aligned. And like Julio was saying, I'm incredibly proud of this book, and I'm forever grateful that, I mean, before this I never wrote comic stories, I never wrote anything, but I'm really lucky and fortunate to get to work with Ethel for being able to work with Bill for the second one. Like,
That was awesome. Had a good time working on that one too.
there's not many
This is how you sounded, Mike.
situations.
Oh no.
Me, I'm getting like every it's the word.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And I'm sure what he's saying is amazing too.
It's probably the secret of life that you guys just missed.
Oh
Yeah, it's ever since Trump won, all my reception's been horrible.
That came out clear.
Yeah, right?
Well, if you didn't have plans to the White House in your basement, maybe you wouldn't be being surveilled so much.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, they're monitoring to you, and it's all right.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna try using it for my phone. Hold on.
Damn.
Well, I was trying to join the chat as Jack the Blumpkin King for my phone, but it didn't work.
It rejected that name.
I didn't get it. But no, I guess what I was just trying to say is that I'm really grateful to be able to work with the people that we. Oh my God, there I am. This is so fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm stoked to be doing this with the group of guys and a group of just talent that we have, and I feel like every time we challenge ourselves and end up outdoing ourselves, and it's just cool to be able to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, because it's like with anything, you can be in a group of 4, and if all 4 people aren't putting in that same amount of effort, it's not going to go anywhere. You can have one person that's has 50% interest. Yeah, like one person who's kind of dragging ass, and it's going to affect all 4 of them, and it's just cool to kind of be a part of a group that everybody's just like on the same page, and it makes everything go smoothly. And I feel like, I'm sure Ben and Julio and Bill can agree, like this also feels like the smoothest one so far, like the least stressful.
For the most
I don't know if
part
it's
right
less
now.
stressful, but I don't agree with that. But
Well, I think so. Listen. All we gotta do is put Ben. Is your OnlyFans on yet? When are you gonna? Because I think we were gonna do like he was gonna donate some of his proceeds to the.
Once Ben Footmiller is up, then we'll we'll be good.
It's a very, very niche channel.
Very. The one thing I will say is, like, when I was looking at the book, like, and getting some of the stories in, that I was like, oh wow, these are pretty good. And then the art this time just blew me away. Bill's art is always top notch, but this is, in my opinion, the best art Julio's ever done in comics. Like it's really amazing. Othel's work was good. Hansel, like everybody that came and brought it. Even Lillian and Isaac. This is their first time working with us, but like I was really impressed with what they did. And I will say that part of the process, like working with people, was pretty easy, because it wasn't like I had to send like a bunch of notes back and say, oh hey, this isn't good, or this isn't good enough. I was just like, wow, like amazed by it every time I saw it. So
Yeah, I don't think me and Othel even had a conversation. He just read the story and drew it out and got it right the first time, and that was it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's just.
Well, yeah, like with Othel, I'm like, hey man, how the pages coming? He's like, here they are.
Thanks.
Okay.
Man was of little words and all work.
Dude, for real though, because it's the creative process this time around was like, it felt very very smooth, and like everybody was just like focused on trying to bring their A game, and it shows when you read through Tales 4.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I want to ask this, because y'all keep talking about how amazing it was to work with everybody. Has there been a moment that you've seen somebody else's story and was like, oh, I gotta step it up? Like, if they're bringing this game, I gotta do better.
Yeah,
with this story.
fucking Bill every time.
Exactly true.
Yes.
Like
Everyone
you see Bill's artwork,
Guys, I'm gonna blush. You're making me blush.
In times past, like Bill will pull in his artwork, and all the other artists like, oh man, I'm redoing my pages.
Dude, because like Bill pulls things that like.
Interesting.
No, like Bill's brain. I wish I like the shit he thinks of and all the details. You're just like, how do you even begin to start drawing that?
Yeah, I mean, I was at a Creative Comics, our local comic shop, promoting it, and there was a guy looking through it, and he's like, "How does somebody come up with this much detail?" I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea. Like, you might be a little insane. That might help, but."
Actually, these days, drawing digitally, you can just keep layering stuff on and on and on. You start off simple, start off real simple, and then you put some extra thing over here, and then you add a little corpse over there. You put something dripping over here. After a couple hours, it looks like you planned out a whole bunch of stuff.
The other thing I will say is that Bill has like an encyclopedia knowledge of like comics and art, and like he has so much to draw from. Like sometimes he'll be talking about something, he's like, this person who did this and that. I'm like, no, I do not. He's like, oh really? They drew one whole page in a Marvel book once, and it's like, no, sorry. But like, yeah, I mean, he has that knowledge, and so I think it comes through in his art that he draws from a lot of different places, brings a lot of stuff in. At least I don't know. I can't draw anything. I assume that's how it works.
You can make the cryptic creeper look creepy or cute as shit. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
I like drawing all sorts of different ways.
So it's weird because like he did this. Like this is the cover for issue 4, and this is all Bill. But before that, he made this as well.
Also amazing.
So it tells you.
Is that going to be on one of the tiers? I would love to.
That was Tales 3.
2.
That was a Tales 2 thing. And
yeah, that was a big deal for that one.
Yeah, Vinny had the idea. He was like, "Hey, we should do a plushie. I'm gonna hit Bill up," and then Bill made this amazing ass sketch, and then it came out to that, and I was just like, "Wait, the guy who's doing this, that?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Figures, it's Bill. Why couldn't you?"
I can't wait for everyone to see the cereal box art that we've got.
It's pretty good.
There's
like
some
imagine
really fun
taking
stuff
the
on there.
creeper and like if you were gonna have like a kid cereal, and it's really good. So
that's one of the tiers. So like all the other ones, you can get a bundle. So the bundle is 1 through 4, but we're gonna offer a special box, which is the cereal box, so you can put 1 through 4 inside there.
That's awesome.
And it's gonna like other companies do slip covers and stuff like that. Bill decided to do a cereal box, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it!" And I've only seen like parts because again, he's a madman. The guy, you'll never see Bill without an iPad or a notebook, and it's always just notes and sketches and this and that. Like I had the pleasure of going to his studio one time, and he was like, "Yeah," and I think we're in the middle of Tales 2 when this happened, and he was like showing us around, showing us his library, and like as Miller said, he has a vast knowledge of things. And if you go into his studio, he has like not only American comics, he has French comics, German comics, mangas, everything, and he's reading it all. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this artist and this guy," and you see books open and laid about and everything, and then you come to his workstation. He has 2 screens, one horizontal, one vertical, and he has a Cintiq. And he has pages open, and then just an open space above the wall of that. And it's just like the dude, I forgot his name, from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and it's nothing but sketches of the Cryptic Creeper. And you could just see that like Bill's mind threw up on the wall, and just like, this is everything that's on there, and then we get this amazing thing here from that guy.
Well, these guys let me go. You can't sleep on that. Anytime anyone gives you a chance to do almost whatever you want, you gotta jump at it.
Dude, with the kind of brain you have, it would be an absolute shame not to let you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody else has to turn in their stories. Bill's like, well, this is what, just do whatever, man.
With that being said, my question for you, Bill, is how do you know when you're done? When you have such free range of being able to do any story or be as creative as you want, what is that point you're like, all right, this is it, especially when you're adding so much detail to everything that you're doing?
That is honestly one of the very hardest parts. Is cutting it off. You know, having a deadline is essential because there is always the possibility of just like you're saying, just keep layering, keep coming back to it, change it, add another thing. Like, oh, you come back the next day, you see something. Oh, I could put something else in there. You know, I could move this around. But you've got a 1-year-old now. Sooner or later, that 1-year-old's going to be knocking at the door and asking to do something with you. And sometimes you have to be like, I think I'm done now. I just have to be done now. You know, part of it, you've got to feel good about it. You can't just let it go. Like, oh, it's done, whatever. But like, yes, this is good. Obviously I could put more on there, you know, if I had another 2 weeks or whatever. But at a certain point, you know, you just got to decide this is it. It looks good. I like this. Let's go with it, you know, because you can put too much in. I'm constantly pulling stuff out even, you know. I like to try to focus the viewer's, you know, eyes on a part of the image. And if you just have everything going on, then it gets really hard. And that does happen sometimes just because I get so excited to draw a bunch of skulls or whatever. These back covers where I get to decapitate are wonderful.
Viewers, yeah, I was actually
I have so much fun with that. That's where it's really hard to hold back sometimes.
Yeah, that's a tier that we have on the book for people that don't know that are watching. That you can, like, if you back that tier, he'll draw your decapitated head on the back of the book.
And not just this in this fourth issue, we've got a couple decapitated heads. We've got a spooky, like, old-timey oil painting. We've got somebody being roasted inside a fireplace. We've got a corpse jammed in an old clock. We've got a couple of heads on a chandelier. So, you know, there's some sort of ancient god's idol that's chewing on the head of somebody else. So you could get, there's all sorts of possibilities there, you know.
So much.
Tier, is it first come, first serve? Or do I get to pick which number I am once I subscribe to the tier?
That's an earnest question.
You know, that's a good question. I think right now it's first come, first serve, but I also think we're pretty open to, if someone sees something in there that they want specifically, feel free to ask for it. I'll do my best to get you in there.
Bill sent us. So usually we do probably like 3 or 4 heads, right? So the previous ones. So we're getting everything together, and Bill's like, here's the cover, here's the break pages, you know, the creeper pages, here's the stuff for the lunchbox, and we're like, all right, cool. Then he shows us the hard sketch for the back cover. He's like, yeah, I'm doing 10 heads, and we just like,
I see 10.
What? And he's like, yeah, fit 10 heads in there. Why not? It's like, all right, Bill.
You know, hey, 10 heads. Me again. What is up?
Yeah, I counted them.
It's not even a ringtone. It's actually Bill
Sorry about
playing.
that, everybody.
Bill writes
The cool part is so there's one with a t-shirt.
Yeah.
There's one with some shorts.
Oh,
yeah.
That was good.
Go in the dark.
Yeah.
That sounds like you too.
How we enjoy swag, wearable swag. I was gonna say, if you know, there can be a special tier where we can get both the shirt and the shorts.
Oh,
You can't. That's like a whole outfit. That's a lot.
It's cheating.
if you do back the put your head on the back thing, you get not just the shirt and the shorts. You get the action figure. You get all 4 issues, and you get the cereal box for a low price.
I think I have for 3 issues.
And our undying devotion.
Yeah.
Interesting. I might have to pick where I want my head then.
So yeah, so the other tier, like Miller said, is we're doing a. So we did a plush, and a keychain. So the next step was to do like a full-on collectible of the creeper, and that's currently in production right now. That's why, like, if you see it's just like a silhouette. It is in production. Once we get that, we're going to show the photos of it and everything. So that's another like big thing that we're super excited for. Is for the first time ever, we'll have like a creeper, like
resin figure.
Yeah, resin figure out.
I can't wait.
Yeah, this is the first. We're doing a Todd McFarlane. It was like Kickstarter only. That's how you get it first type deal.
Yeah.
So for all of the artists, is there a specific like in One Piece? There's a reoccurring character that, like, if you know, you know. Is there a character like that for you guys in the background that's not necessarily a part of the main story, but you just like to draw doing different things? Example being the Cabbage Man and Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's in a lot of the story. He's not a main character, but you see him throughout the entire series having his own little thing. In One Piece, there is a Panda Man that you just see randomly popping up throughout the series. Is there a character like that for you all that you just here? I like to just likes to draw in different stories throughout different universes, just doing random things.
No, I don't think we have one, but we should probably, right?
Yeah, just sneak it in there. Just sneak it in.
Like,
I love that sort of thing as a reader. I love coming across that stuff, you know? That's always awesome.
There's only like one reoccurring story. That's Carney's, right? That's the only one.
Carney's the only thing other than the Creeper that I think that's appearing in more than one issue.
So sorry, Ernest, we let you down, man.
No. Our next series will do that.
Killer Cross is on 2.
Yeah. Cross is in 1 and 2. Maybe we just put Killer Cross in all of them for now.
Just put him in the background, just standing there.
It's like when you see it, you know.
We didn't say Carrion Cross. We said Killer Cross.
Right.
Yeah.
Carrion Cross is owned by the WWE. Killer Cross. But we were really we were thinking about putting the human fleshlight in all of them, but
oh, didn't I tell you that it's in there?
We were
gotta look.
We were gonna add the human fleshlight, but then we said, "Fuck it."
Oh, Vinny.
I guess that didn't last long.
Listen, it only takes me 18 minutes.
Yeah, once you get all the commercials out of the way and stuff. Yeah.
I promise at the end, I'll give it back in one piece.
There's a reason why we have no ads in the sales books. Miguel's dying over there. All right, bro?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
So.
All right.
Well, you feel free to take us away.
Huh? No. My laugh is weird sometimes.
So
all of us are.
He's like, if it sounds like I snorted, I really shit my pants.
Fair enough.
Oh no! If I'm not careful and if I laugh a certain way, I could give myself.
Oh, you reached that age? You
Well, no, I give myself asthma. I don't shit myself.
You didn't let him finish.
You're an
I was like,
overachieving.
whoa, whoa.
Don't worry, I always let you finish.
I do both. I shit my pants and I have an asthma attack.
Multi-talented. I've always said that about you.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's pretty much the tiers we have for 4. We're
if you check, I'm already.
Yeah, I just saw. Thanks a lot, Ernest.
No problem.
Wait, what happened? I totally missed that whole thing.
Ernest backed it.
Oh, thanks, Ernest.
oh shit.
Or I'm sorry, State Oculus, Mondo, the Pirate King.
Oh, you're gonna say the whole thing.
That's what he said to do. I was told I have to address the host, his full name.
So, Tribe Called Quest. You have to say the whole thing.
Tribe Called Quest. Yeah.
Like 2. Number 2, please.
I don't want you to see what I do.
Oh, I don't know what you do.
Oh, are you opening secret screens over there?
Yeah, he was.
No, so like I was looking at the Kickstarter and I was logging in. But I was like, no, I'll do it.
I don't think he knows his email.
It's 'cause I have 2, right?
And then he deleted
I have
it.
my personal
You got your
and I have the
burner account?
GeekStudioz one. So sometimes I buy from both.
Yeah.
We gotta have the GeekStudioz account for multiple things. I think we got what, 2 GeekStudioz emails?
So funny enough, we do have 2 GeekStudioz emails.
Yeah.
And the reason why is our original Instagram got banned.
Oh,
What
no.
my brother was doing
What
with
did
it,
you do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he got it banned. And we tried to petition to bring it back, and it is banned.
They were
banned,
like,
so
no.
we had to create a new page.
What was the
Studio.
whole page that got banned? Was it? Well, I think I followed you. Was it Clapping Geek Cheeks?
It's starting to come together. It's starting to come
Yeah, I
together.
think I remember. I remember
I'm
reporting
figuring
that.
it out. I think I might have my finger on the problem here, guys.
Bill, is that why you asked me like multiple times what podcast we're doing tonight?
You're like, these
I was
guys
like,
look
are you
familiar.
sure?
He kept saying he was limbering up for the podcast, and I didn't understand.
There was a really fun period where we used to do all these podcasts in person. It was a great time.
That's awesome.
Which I will say that I think Julio and Ben, the first time they did it in person with us, they probably thought we were going to kill them.
Ben was, after you're like, here's 4 beers, I was just like, fine, these guys are great.
The thing what it was is like they were just like, "Hey, just sit down here in the basement, and we'll be here back in a minute." We're like, "I don't know."
Well, he did that in the beginning of the podcast. He's like, "I'll be right back," and I thought he died.
And Mike showed up, and we're like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
He came back white, and I was like, "Wait, no wonder he didn't make him look Hispanic."
I fucked him even more up when I told him that my name was Mike. You know,
Oh,
I went from Miguel to Mike.
Yeah, but then I figured it out. And I was like, they're Eminem.
Yeah.
It all made sense.
I'm like, are we plural or we're plural? All right.
Okay. He's a green M&M.
Sure. I'm mistaken.
The only female? Really?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Fun fun times though.
Yeah, I mean, at least we've always been consistent. I will say this: the first time that I met Julio and Ben, it was right after Halloween, and I actually came to the podcast in a Halloween costume.
What were you dressed as?
That was the time.
The bloody bunny.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I was a panda, actually. Yeah, so I had the Jack
Panda.
Skellington suit, but I had a bloody panda face.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was a
I
good
remember the
time.
story.
So you were State Alchemist Pando, the Pirate King.
Essentially. Or it would be Jack the Pumpkin King.
Blumpkin.
Panda King. Because
Do you know what a Blumpkin is?
Sadly, I do.
So you get a blowjob on the toilet.
Yeah.
Vinny, we all knew. We all knew, but you just wanted to say it.
Vinny's just a blump splainer, you know? He can't help it.
Yeah, he had that mask
That was the mask.
that first day. Yeah.
Yep.
That's adorable. It was a little creepier because it's all blurred until you put it in the camera. So
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
much more sinister.
Yeah.
Word.
I feel sorry for whoever has to edit this thing.
This guy.
Fun
Oh,
times.
man. Wait, why is there so many cuts? Why is it like
Why is it
Or
every
we
time
keep it for
Vinny
the
starts to
extended
talk,
version.
then he gets cut off?
I know. This is horseshit.
The whole episode is 4 minutes long.
There was a season where Miguel, we just used to hover over the mute button for somebody. Like you never knew what was
Oh,
coming out.
yeah.
Like you just have to wait. Like, are we gonna get canceled today?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good time. Great man, though. Great man.
I mean, I don't know if it
Still
was a
is.
great time. Like, I had to have
I
my
didn't have to edit the
finger on
video,
the mute
so
button ready.
wonderful time.
Sounds like a fun time. I feel like I'm getting FOMO now.
I like the whole time.
Julio, were you dressed up for this occasion?
I'm sorry?
Wait, like when you guys recorded the podcast, were you the only one dressed up as a panda? Nobody else was dressed up?
No one else is dressed up.
That's
No
amazing.
Yeah, he just showed up.
He's like,
It wasn't like we knew ahead of time that he was going to be dressed up. He just came in the room as a bloody panda. No explanation.
he's like, it was May 3rd.
I also heard this was like around noon. 1.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it was in the afternoon. It was not nighttime. It wasn't
was
like
like
he
a
had
Sunday.
gone to like a Halloween party. He must have come from like a trunk or treat event where he was getting candy or something, and then showed up at the podcast.
He's like, we got hungry. He kept saying he wanted bamboo. He was really sick.
He's
That
very
was-
method.
It was long nights and short days. I had a good time. Now I'm a father, and it's a great.
And it's not good. It's long nights and short days.
Dude, soon enough, you're gonna be using that mask to put your kid to sleep.
It'd be like a Simpsons episode with the clown bed, and he's just like, "No pandas, no pandas."
And that's how we come up with stories for Tales from the Cryptic Closet. Guys.
Before.
Just
Amazing.
have meetings like this.
Amazing.
Miller puts on a panda outfit, and we have meetings like this.
Remember to keep the blur on.
I mean, I would say so. The best moments come out of moments of this where you're just relaxing and chilling. I would to this day. So me and Miguel both went through this together, and it was in moments of deliriousness where we came out with our best ideas. We both created a financial app that is still on it's It's available for download today. I don't think it is out in like the public space, but Bank is CIBC. They financed it, they created it, and they did make it through to publishing it. I think it's more so in their own network. However, it's a financial literacy game that teaches children. Really, I think the goal was between 8 and 12 how to be financial literate.
That sounds
We
perfect
won
for
the
me. I
contest.
could really use that.
It was great. We won the contest to do this by we were so delirious one night and we didn't know what to do. We were stuck creatively, like how do we create this? What do we do? And Miguel picked up a puppet, and that puppet, I kid you not, for like the next 3 hours he walked around telling dad jokes with this puppet. And from that moment the puppet became our mascot, which is what won us the contest in the first place.
Hell yeah.
Because we had this delirious moment of just playing around, having a good time, and we both loved the idea so much. He's like, we're putting them in our game. We gotta put them in this game. And we made them apart, and the bank loved it. They was like, where'd you get this mascot? Like, what? We was like, oh, delirious moment. We was up late, we hadn't slept, we hadn't eaten, and we were tired. So what do? You make jokes and you have fun. And we just ran with it.
Yeah.
That's how some of the best ideas come up, man.
Headphones on.
That's
Absolutely.
how Tales came about. Vinny and I were stoned watching horror movies, eating not a box, a case of peanut butter Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, weren't we watching Joe Bob?
I was there when you bought the Girl Scout cookies because it was at NWI, and he goes up. He's like, "I want a case," and they're like, "Well, boxes are." He's like, "No."
You fucking heard me.
I want to make money at this show. I want to break even. Can I get a case of that?
2 weeks later, we're watching Joe Bob and Stone eating this case of, and we killed the case. Me, him, and Moses killed the case, and
Yeah.
we're like, hey, we should make a horror anthology comic because no one does it like the old, and it goes right back to the original story. Like, so yeah, we agree with you 100%. Just chilling. I think that a lot of things we've done have come out like that, especially if Vinny and I are involved. There's a lot of like,
I bet you it'd be cool if this happened.
Yeah, it's called getting in the zone.
yeah.
I agree with that.
Miller
He might not.
or Ben just looks at me all weird when I'm trying to regurgitate exactly what Vinny and I came up. But Bill understands.
He's like,
Bill and
So I control that.
I'm just upset I wasn't there for these Girl Scout
a
cookies.
horror anthology.
He's like a horror anthology, I guess. Sure.
And look,
And then he takes a hit, and then he's like, "Oh hell yeah, horror anthology!"
Like, it's been a lot of fun, and like, you know, like if it's a lot of it's getting out of my comfort zone as far as what I would normally like sit down and choose to write. And I think, you know, whether you're a writer or an artist, anytime you can get out of your comfort zone and like kind of stretch those muscles a little bit, it helps the writing of the other things that you're doing. So I mean, like they said, once they, you know, I think it was the first issue, I was like, I wrote something and gave it to Julio. And I'm like, hey, wait, I got another story.
yeah, and he was like, you're drawing it.
And Julio was like, how come I'm drawing? Like every time he's like, wait a minute, everyone else has like 6 pages. Why do I have 10 or 12 pages? Like, I don't know.
Never fails, man. Never fails. Like, so for issue 1, I think I did two stories with Ben. Then I think issue 2, I did like 2 stories. And issue 3, I was like, fuck it. I'm writing my own story because I can dictate how many pages there is. So, and then Vinny was like, hey, why don't you put Deathbag in it? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Deathbag stories are no more than like 4 pages anyway, because I don't want to draw more than 4 pages. It's just me being lazy. So we do it. Okay? Yeah. And so we're getting ready for Tales 4. And so everyone's like picking their people or whatnot. And Vinny picked Othel. Miller's working with Matt Hansel. Everyone's getting their people together. And so he was like, hey, you're going to work with Nathan Erdell. Nathan's been with us for issue 2 and 3. And I was like, all right, cool. So he submits a draft. Miller looks at it, this and that, sends it over to me. And I look like how Miller said earlier, like, if they don't push you outside of your comfort zone, they're not going to get the best out of you. And Nathan made me draw some stuff on there that I've never thought I can draw. But also, and this has been a whole, like, we're not kissing ass to Bill, but Bill legitly is a big brother, inspiration to us and everything for this. So we did a book called Tales from the Table to celebrate the Northwest Indiana Comic Con 10-year anniversary. And in that, Ben and Bill did a new Judge's story, and it looks incredible. So I had that open, and this is going back to like, hey, have you guys ever like, someone we work with, and we're just like, instead of changing it and go, I can't do this because Bill's fucking amazing and I'm not putting out shit art. I used it to study from it, and I used it for my story. And so I'm reading the story. I'm like, oh, okay. I got 8 pages. Everyone else has like 5, 6. I have 8. And I'm looking, I was like, hey, Miller. He goes, yeah, what's up? I was like, yo, man, did you check the page count? He goes, why? It's like, how did this get through? I thought the thing was like 6 pages. He goes, oh, yeah, man, it's 8. It's fine. You'll be okay.
Here's the thing.
And you were.
Here's the thing. If the
I'm
story
okay now.
If the story wasn't as good as it is, I would have told him to like cut it down or something. But the story is really good, and so I was like, I can't think of a way to cut this. I can't, and I definitely can't turn it down. What is going on with Vinny?
It's Stone Cold Steve Urkel, the Princess King. We're not.
But yeah, I mean, I know it did put a lot of extra stress on him. He's like,
but
no,
it did turn out.
pages.
I mean, you turned in some of your best work to date on that.
Yeah, I mean,
story,
it's great.
know? It's beautiful.
It took forever. I am legitimately happy with it. It came out great. I like it, which, you know, every artist usually should like their stuff. If not, then, you know, but I did enjoy it. I had fun working on it. But I was just like, I need to stop working on these fucking Tales books, man. Every time it gives me multiple pages. It's like, man. So for 5, Deathmag might come back because I only want to do 4 pages.
Yay.
I mean, as you've heard me say, I don't.
Yeah, I know Ernest is down.
Like, of course, like because the story is like, it's so intuitive, like it's so simple, but yet so enjoyable. Like in 4 pages, I guess I might read into it a lot more than what's there, but it's just like, it's so simple that the story is what I make it. I would say this. It's like how I'm reading it and the perception that I give the story is it just comes off the page. Like it's so simple, but it's fun. And the potential that it has to go anywhere is what I guess I enjoy the most, because it's not like it's surprising in the say like, oh, what's going to happen. You can expect it, except for you don't know how it's going to happen. I would say that it's like, okay, we know where you're going to go, but how are we going to get to this story point this time? And I thoroughly enjoy those. I thoroughly enjoy the things that I can't predict, because a lot in a world of predictable things, the election, we don't know how to get there. And that's the journey that I love to take. It's, I might know we're going to end up at point D at some point, but how do we get to point D? well, that's the journey, and that's where we enjoy to take. And I will say that you all have done an exceptional job of taking us on different journeys throughout these Tale of the Crypts, and even all of the individual comics. Excuse me, I would say Human Alien. What?
Oh,
Huh?
Humalian?
Humalian? Yeah.
Yeah, Humalian.
Yeah.
Freaking, it's funny. It's a good one. Like, where did this even come from? It's one of those things like, what? Okay, I guess this is what's happening.
On that note, I'd like to bring up the
Take-
originality of Botched. When you guys came out with that, a while back.
You might want to move closer to the mic. Mike on the mic.
Botched. When you guys had released that, years ago, that introduction of a wrestling comic, the idea was amazing at the time. I remember when we met you that day, at the. I was looking at you for a question. Which con were we at? Was it Guerrilla? Galaxy. Thank you. I didn't want to butcher that name because it was such a great time. But we met you guys that day and reading that comic, and we were like, damn, there's a wrestling comic. I mean, like I never saw one before. You know what I mean? Other than the magazines back in the day and shit like that. And then reading that, and I always wondered, like, man, I wonder what else those guys are making. You know what I mean? And I hadn't really followed it up until Miguel had shown me some stuff. I'm like, dude, these guys are fucking awesome, man. Like, and they have a bigger team now with more stuff. This is fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, so overall, like, you guys have great or fascinating minds that I like to read and see more about.
Thanks, man.
I think we all click the same way. You know what I mean? I think we all like the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It means a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're not done. Next year
doesn't
will
the
be
cereal box like fit issue 5?
Yeah.
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 Otherwise, we have to come up with something to fill in that space, like maybe a pair of socks or something. Ankle socks.
It's just one sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait for 6 for the other sock.
Oh yeah.
It might not match though. It's the thing.
No, it's definitely not gonna match.
Yeah, listen, by Tale 7, you'll have a full outfit.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Tale 7 will be the boxer briefs.
Yeah.
So,
Only comes in small.
By the time we get to like Tales 27, we'll have like a 3-piece suit that you got.
Oh, yeah.
We'll even have we'll have toe rings.
Gotta have the toe rings.
oh man. Yeah,
Puka shell necklaces.
we're definitely not done, man. We even though we are in Tales 4, like I said, it's 100% done. We are looking forward to Tales 5. We don't know when that's coming out, though. We don't have a timeline. Right now, we don't feel we should put a timeline on it, just because, even though we're happy with the outcome of the other ones, it is stressful trying to make it an annual book and stuff like that, especially with life. Like, Miller has, you guys have kids, and so most of our team has kids. We also have outside ventures like Vinny and Moses have the Horror House shop. I do my own stuff outside of here. Miller has his job. Bill has his. So we wanted to keep being fun, and that's why I think Tales 4. That's the reason why everyone brought their A game. It was fun. Not saying it wasn't fun the other times, but you feel a little bit more stressed. You feel a little bit under the gun, and anytime where fun turns into work, and where you kind of don't want to talk to your friends or your business partners at your friends, then you need a little break. And that's what we did. Even though all of us talked every day and stuff like that, and we all pursued other things. But learning all that from outside of it and breaking outside of our comfort zones helped bring Tales 4 to probably, like I said, it's the best book we've done so far in the series. So yeah, Tales 5, and then Miller just. It feels weird saying this. Miller just signed some new creators, and we're going to kind of present them next year. Next year is Guerrilla Publishing's 10-year anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll be hitting the game for 10 years, which we're extremely proud of. And like Marvel has the young guns, and DC calls their talent. So we're calling them the leaders of the new school. So we'll have a whole new team bringing you guys books under the Guerrilla banner. But it doesn't mean like myself, Bill, Miller, Adam, Vinny, Moses, anyone who's been with us is gone. It's just it's time someone else brings their voices out. You know, there's always, you know, there's stepping stools to it. Like someone else is going to take the threshold and keep going. And we're fortunate enough to be at that level now, I would say. Like there's still stories we want to tell, but I think we opened the doors for some people who said they couldn't do it. And we got a high schooler on this book, man. Like how many high schoolers can say they're self-published or have a published work with a company? So being able to do opportunities like that, we're going to continue doing it. That's what we based the company off of. We got tired of hearing the word no. We're not good enough. I'm tired of that. And I'm sure Vinny feels the same way with Horror House, being told they can't do it. It won't survive, stuff like that. And the dude's been going 2 years strong and making the horror community even stronger in Chicago. And it's funny because that's my brother in arms. We're two different companies, but we're brothers in arms, and we're running the same race. And all we want to do is break doors down and keep opportunities for other people. And we have great minds like Bill and Matthew Hansel and Adam and guys who've been in it for a while, like Rafael Nueves. Like it was an honor working with him to hear a guy who was up for an Eisner going, "Hey, I want you guys to publish the book." You know, and not bragging at all. I never thought this was ever going to happen. And it's just cool, man, knowing that we put the work in. And so other people, other kids, other people our age or older can be like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And we're able to provide that platform.
That's cool, dude.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I went on a whole tangent and shit.
Thanks, dude. That means a lot.
It's completely fine. And so I have a few sets of questions. These first two is for Ben and Julio, because again, I don't know how I missed it, but coming up on your 10 years is huge. So I have to say this, or I have to ask this question is, in the 10 years that you've been creating and publishing your own comics, what is one experience that you would love to experience for the first time again?
That's a good question.
The camaraderie, like we, dude, like legitly, the three other guys on here are my family. These are my brothers. They know my family. I know their family, and getting to go on that ride with them and like fully entrust that all of us have the same dream. Feeling that again is great. Like, and I felt it on Tales 4. Like there was, it felt like love, like we're doing it for the first time. It felt like that conversation Vinny and I were having while eating a case of peanut butter and Girl Scout cookies. Case. Case. I would say that for me is just that feeling that again. Not saying that it lost, but like it gasses you up, man. You know, like when you guys are chilling, you guys nailed it on your game. You want to feel
it gives you a new sense of not that urgency, but passion. Like it revitalizes your passion. Like, oh yeah, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Ben?
I don't know. Like there are so many moments that I'd just like to go back and live in for a while. Like when we had a terrible con in Cincinnati and then found a beer fest, or when when I messed up my shoulder and was on painkillers and Julio was dragging me around a con in Charlotte because I didn't know what was going on. You know, just stuff like, I mean, like when we did New York, and yeah, I mean, like, just there's been so much stuff on the road and stuff that was so much fun that I just like to relive some of those moments just because they were so much fun. Another thing is like there's nothing quite like when you get that first book that you never had your own book before. You get that first book and you open it up and it's like, wow, I did a thing, you know, and you didn't never know you really could. So I mean, that's a special moment too.
Absolutely. All right.
I can't imagine.
So now with the new name change, Jack the Blumpkin King and Bill.
Vinny, are we in bed with you? Just chilled out and relaxed.
You're in bed with me and Elvira.
Welcome to the corner of the Blumpkin King.
Elvira?
Elvira.
Elvira.
Yeah, the mistress of the
definitely. So the same question, except for no, actually, I'll just leave it on. Same question.
Well, you know, Ben kind of covered my answer. It would be the first moment you open your first book and you realize that like your idea or what you wanted to come to fruition came to fruition, you know, and like the moment you open the page, you see your name on the book, it's like, I guess like Ben said, it's like you did a thing, you know, like nobody can take that away from you. And it's like that specific first moment is one that can't really be replicated, or, you know, like it's always awesome seeing the book, but like that first time is like, you know, it takes you back to when you were at a comic shop and just buying random books. To be able to pick one up that's like yours, it's just like a whole different type of feel.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess that like first initial like vibing with everybody, you know, like where you meet like Julio and Adam and you guys start talking and you realize, oh shit, these guys think the same way I do, you know, they like the same things I like, you know, like I make a random reference and Julio totally gets it, you know, and like, oh, this is great. And, you know, you realize it's been like 5 hours and it felt like 15 minutes, you know, like, oh no, I don't want this to end. Let's just keep hanging out, you know? Yeah, that's it's still like that when we get together. But that first time, you know, it was always awesome. Like, yeah, this is fantastic. Are there more people out there like this? Where have you guys been hiding? You know?
Absolutely. It's amazing because no matter where we go or what we do, we all have those first moments. Because I can even say in my first moments my first experience with GeekStudioz, I would say the moment I would love to relive is the first time that I went to a con with GeekStudioz, and it was a toy con. And it was completely random. Yeah.
It was the tacos. Yeah, I knew it was the tacos.
But it was completely random. It was like me and Miguel, we are just starting our friendship. We've been through the tech boot camp. He calls it a friendship. Worst. We've seen each other at our best, and it's like, you know, hey, I do this podcast sometime. You want to come through? Absolutely. Well, we're going to a toy convention, and it's on
Indiana.
In Indiana on a Saturday morning. First off, Indiana is a red state, and I don't appreciate that.
We're sorry, man. The three of us have nothing to do with that.
There's 4 of us here.
No, it's
in Illinois, though.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I'm blue, baby.
Yeah, we're in Indiana. We're screwed.
I'm red-eyed, but I'm in the blue.
But going to that first con with the podcast and having to be the one standing in front of the camera, asking these questions, and then after it's done, somebody coming back and like, "Oh, we've seen what you did, and we really like we like what you did, and we're fans of what you're doing. Just keep going and go stronger. I feel like for me, that is one moment I enjoy reliving. Is like, oh, I made the right choice. I'm in the right group. I'm in the right place with the right friends, with the right family. Because let's be honest, I don't call friends friends. Everybody that I would say a friend, you're my family. You're my brother. This is the village that I choose to be with. And a life choice, because women don't get that choice. I enjoy being able to like, all right, this is where I want to live. This is the people I enjoy to be with. Even if they suck at Rocket League and other games.
Hey, I'm good at Overwatch and a few other ones. Is just
we'll talk about
League
race.
Yeah, that was difficult. It is difficult. I can't lie.
I have no comment on Rocket League.
Y'all are whispering. Get closer to the mic.
Yeah,
There's a reason.
You guys gotta hold hands in order to build.
That's right. That's how we get our lung capacity out.
Oh, you see how much clearer that was?
Yeah. Keep holding my hand. When it comes to Rocket League, I have no comment. I have good days. I have bad days. None of them are mediocre. It's a 1 or a 10. It's nothing in between for some reason.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, but yeah, I am the resident game head, so I'd be critical of them, but still, that ToyCon being the first time I was I felt a part of the GeekStudioz logo. We rebranded shortly after that, but still, it was like that was the first time. It was like, oh, this is cool. What is this? This is fun. And having that reaction of, I see you and what your guys are doing are appreciated and great. It's why we've been 6 years.
Was that your first con too, or had you been to anything like that before?
I would say technically that was my first con. So
Wow.
I've been to smaller events, and that's to say the toy con it was small.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it was still the larger of that. And after that opened my view into more of the C2E2 and things like that. Like being into bigger cons and not just doing that. I even dress. If I dress for Halloween, I'm dressing up for a con.
Sure.
I'm going full cosplay. I've been collecting things.
Do you wear pieces, or do you wear a one piece?
Where's a one piece?
Like it zips up in the back.
If I'm gonna do Luffy or anybody from One Piece, it has to be perfect. So I'm just collecting items right now. I get a full One Piece set. You better believe I'm gonna wear it like there's nobody.
That's great.
Absolutely.
It's because I have so many things I want to say, and I'm like, I
just say it one at a time.
I don't know which one's the best one. I'd rather not. I stopped myself.
That's never fun. You drink more.
Anyway.
All right. We are about an hour and 40 minutes into this podcast.
Oh man.
It's like a slumber party.
Right? Time just flew by. And I am an hour ahead, so that means it is 12 o'clock here.
Oh man. You went longer than 18 minutes.
We must be doing something right.
You must really be into it.
This is like a whole season of One Piece, right?
Fair.
They just
you
did
want me
it.
to break up fast. Ooh.
Ben's phone has like a good night mode, so it tells him when to go to bed. Oh!
He's back.
Oh. No, my phone literally died. It's been off for so long.
So funny. That's so good. Guess.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really sad. We haven't made enough money yet that Ben can afford a plug. But one of these days, one of these days, for you, for you,
You just
this
spent
Kickstarter's for you.
Kickstarter. I can get my own plug.
So see, this is why we run Kickstarters. We can't afford shit. We need money to print book and get you guys stuff, and maybe buy a clean pair of underwear for ourselves.
Like that video game behind Julio, like it's coin operated. Kids from the neighborhood come in and he takes quarters out of the
How do you think Deathbag gets funded? That's not for me. As an investment
business.
It's hard in these streets.
Let me ask. Is there anything you guys are reading or looking forward to?
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to like 4 years from now.
Why not? I'd rather not go that far. I hate to see how much hair I have by then.
Oh man.
They look like me.
I just read an interesting book. You guys heard of this book called A Ghost Arm Made of Angry Ghosts?
No.
I backed it on Kickstarter. Is it Gabriel Del Otto? Yeah, I got the this one's got the alternate cover by Jim Mahfood. It's awesome. And it's I don't know, man, it's like 40-50 pages, full color. It's kind of like Ghost World meets superheroes. It's like 80s disaffected teenagers going to punk shows, murder mystery with like government superheroes mixed in there, and it's all this like strange vague mystery. It's really different. It's really interesting. A bunch of like crazy asides, humor. It's really interesting. A ghost arm made of angry ghosts, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Issue 1, I just got it. I backed it a couple months ago. I just got it and read it last month. I haven't seen anything about the next issue, but it seems to be getting a lot of good press. So hopefully, we'll get more.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Sounds really great.
I just finished reading the manga version of H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Artwork's great. I've never read it. Always wanted to read it. The H.P. Lovecraft story, and this was the best way to do it. So this and Image Comics, I think it's Image, released a book called Deviant.
Yeah, Deviant's awesome, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I just finally caught up on that. So those are two major things right now that I was like, oh shit, you know. Yeah, Deviant's sick, man. I can't wait for issue 8. I think is the conclusion.
I've been really liking Tim Seeley's Local Man. I don't know if you guys
cool.
read it. Basically,
That's
it's about
fun.
like it would kind of remind you of like a boys like superhero universe, only it's the guy who gets kicked out of the superheroes league or whatever and has to go back to his hometown and kind of deal with stuff, but then weird stuff starts happening. It's really good. And then I just got in Kickstarter from my Kickstarter back through the mail is Trill League Volume 2, and it's like it again similar to the boys, only it's like if like more urban, more hip hop kind of stuff like that. So it's the first issue was really good, and so I'm looking forward to the second one. So
What was that called?
Miller.
What was that called, Ben?
Trill League.
Trill League. Okay.
Trill, Trillo. Trill League. Yeah. So it's pretty good. The guy who had done it, he's writing for Marvel now, I think, but he's also gotten some movement on a possible show or movie or something like that. So that That'd be cool.
I would say the last thing I read was Stuff of Nightmares by R.L. Stine.
Classic. It's a classic.
It is a classic, though.
Yeah,
Classic.
it's like a graphic novel, and it's fucking rad. And I've been reading Clown in the Cornfield, but that's just like a novel. Horror novel.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be anything you read. I mean, what's the last thing you watched?
The Election.
Also,
I'm watching you right now.
Actually, no, I take it back. There's a movie called Here for Blood that I started watching, and it's about a pro wrestler who somehow ends up babysitting a girl for his girlfriend, and then like it just turns into like The Strangers meets The Purge, and it's just like a gory, fun, stupid movie involving pro wrestling. Horror. Besides that, no, I'm a movie junkie, man. I've like, if you ask me like what movie I've seen last, I can name. I think the last one was in theaters. Besides Terrifier 3, has anybody seen The Substance?
I just saw The Substance the other day.
Oh,
yeah.
God. It is so fun.
That ending is something else, man.
Yes, it's like a roller coaster that never like goes down; it just keeps going up. It's body horror to the max. Ernest would love it. You
You and Ben would just.
I have no clue.
You two in a room.
It gets so gooey. It gets so gooey.
So gooey.
Like, wait, what, like society gooey?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in.
Like
Gooey.
Society is the perfect movie to watch before you go see the
Yes.
Substance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Unexpected.
What was that movie that we watched at your house, Julio? The one that Rory picked
Oh,
at your house.
He's
The
like,
one
you know
that
how
Rory
often
picked
we
the
do
last
this?
time we were there.
The German
What?
one?
Oh, Night of the Seaman.
Yeah, like the German weird one.
Rory picks a lot of.
I don't know.
weird
It was
movies.
the strangest thing I think I'd ever seen.
That one was phenomenal. It's that low budget, like super
Oh,
low
yeah.
budget.
Oh, okay.
It was, there, and like there were characters that showed up for no apparent reason, did a thing, left. It didn't connect to the plot at all.
The last 45 minutes to an hour is just like, a zombie murder spree, and like zombies will come in and get killed, and then a couple minutes later you'll just see them come in again because they only have like 4 or 5 people in makeup, and you just keep cycling them through. They'll do like a big murder, a death scene.
Like these are the
then
same
like,
extras.
Then the same extra comes back in the background. They didn't even change their sweater. It's like
this guy's
how many people can be wearing that sweater?
Revolvers that never run out of bullets. And
It's like a Hanna-Barbera background. Just
repeating.
It was Permentos, the Fallen Angel.
That's it.
Yeah,
watch it.
Wild
That's
stuff.
it.
You don't watch it, but like you don't watch it. You watch it alone. If you watch it alone, you're gonna be pissed off. You need somebody there to laugh with you and commentate on the movie, or else it's not gonna be good.
I have a guilty pleasure where I really like watching like bad
The most
movies.
horrible movies.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
Like,
huh?
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, because I made him
nothing
watch
wrong with
some.
him watching them by
weird
himself. He makes other people watch them with him.
That's how it's fun.
now you get to be miserable for 2 hours.
Watching a F-grade movie. Like, what? Why are we watching
I know what
this,
he's
sir?
talking about. I made him watch Rubber.
Oh,
Where
rub
it's-
with the
yeah,
tire.
Yeah, so
That
that's the
wasn't
tire.
That wasn't horrible. I mean, I'm saying, yeah.
No, it's
It was
amazing.
the
There's a
tire
lot
with-
worse.
and it's just-
Weirder.
Yeah, there is. But
Dude,
I just like
Dude,
watching
and
those.
listen, a rubber
Have you
tire
guys
that
seen
explodes. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
I
and
watched it 3 times already.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hobo with a Shotgun?
Have you guys seen
Oh, I haven't seen that
Velocipaster?
one. Which one?
No.
Which one?
I said Velocipaster.
I have seen
Velocipaster.
it, yes. I saw that one, yes.
It's this movie. Yeah, it's this movie basically like where they come to confession, and then at night the pastor turns into a velociraptor and kills the people who confess to terrible things. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See, yeah, no.
And it does not at any point look like a real velociraptor.
It does not.
I wouldn't think so.
I like for my movies to have some logic, some sense, some storytelling.
It's got logic.
I come across Rebel Moon has been the worst movie that I've seen in years. It's like the potential for Rebel Moon was top tier. It had a lot of potential, but the execution and the story, it was like, why are we doing this? What is happening? Like, why would I'm hiding from this government for 10 years and meet a person who I don't know, and in 2 minutes, like, you know what? Yeah, let's go fuck up the government. Like, I've been hiding. I don't know you. You haven't proved anything to me, but you know what? Let's go fight the government.
Listen,
And then
I've never felt that statement more in my life.
Vinny,
Look out, guys. He's going to Rebel Moon us.
We're keeping that under wraps until the 6th, okay?
Oh. If a homeless man had 2 barbed wire bats and he passed me one and said, "Let's go fight the government," I'm like, "All right, dude, let's go."
All right, we're doing this.
I'm like, we're really gonna make that red state red.
And he's
Let's
like,
go.
Wow.
I'm so glad you guys are all saying these things.
I'm gonna get like Instagram threats.
No, they're all gonna come to me for some reason. Don't worry. The white guy would take the hit.
Hey, wait, I don't look white. I'm flattered.
I mean, compared to me.
Well, put that hat back on. I think you'll
Miguel has a light bulb on him. I don't.
He's like, I am the light bulb.
Correct.
Struggle with lighting.
He's like, all my friends call me ring light.
I don't have friends. I have family.
All right, dog.
I don't have friends. I have family.
Miller's gonna be like, "Hey, so about that Fast and Furious marathon at my place?" I'm like, "No." No.
Oh man.
I knew this.
See, we can either watch them in chronological order or like story order.
No. So
I
Ernest,
just want to
you
see
have
the part. Don't they go to space for like a part of one of the movies?
Probably.
Tell me a movie that's better than Ludacris and Tyrese flying to space in a Pontiac Fiero. If there's a movie that's better than that, I don't.
Dude, yeah,
know.
that's the one I want to start with.
And I'll think about watching the others.
You gotta work your way up to that.
Yeah. You got to start on the West Coast running the street races.
You can't watch the pay-per-view without watching.
And using a harpoon gun to rob DVD players.
Yeah.
This is also coming from the same man who said, "Yeah, Halloween 1978 is not great."
It's just American Pie for the first 50 minutes. Just kids having sex. Or is something gonna happen?
I'm like, check out this cinematic masterpiece. Check out the one shot, like from here, the you know, the nonstop no cut shot, and he's like,
right, the first scene.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, some dude banging in the back of his mom and dad's car. It's great. It's like kill somebody already.
Better just take it for what it is on the surface.
So that brings up the question of if one of your stories was to become a movie, which one would you want it to be?
Ooh, from Tales?
No, I wouldn't say just Tales. Any story. Tales, I feel like it's too specific. We gotta go wider. Any story that you have created, drawn, written, which story would you most likely want to become a movie?
And
you guys have full control.
Yeah, full control. Who would you want to direct it?
Oh shit.
That's a toughie, man.
For me, it'd probably be Kanisha, just because I feel like that's some of my best work, and I just the story is something that was real, you know, emotional and something for me. So I mean, yeah, that's the one that I would say for me. Now I gotta get my computer cord. My batteries are out.
See, look, Kickstarter. We need more cords, guys.
Yep. Please help.
He had to run and go steal a cord from his neighbor because he don't have the money for anything.
Can you reach deep into your heart and your pocketbooks and find the help that we need to keep our telephones
This is
on?
where that Sarah McLachlan song comes in. Is right here.
Just sad slow motion shots of Ben, his phone slowly dying.
Good luck editing this one, man.
It's like for $5, you can recharge my battery.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
If we could play the Sarah McLachlan music now with the dog.
If I do a cover of it, it won't be copyrighted. You can use it.
Type on YouTube what songs make dogs pee instantly.
You gotta play the brown note while he's in his lap.
The brown note.
What was it, like a B7?
What was that?
Brown note.
I forgot what note it was.
I think it was a brown note from
South Park.
South Park. Yeah.
South Park.
I want to say it was like a B7 or something like. I can't remember what the chord was, but yeah,
Is it
brown.
BM? Was it?
Yeah.
I love South Park so much, dude.
Ernest gave a serious question, and we got into Miller.
Yeah, his question is too tough. I want too many directors, too many things to, you know.
I think for me, because I only have 2 that I've done. This new one has a lot of cool potential. I feel like it'd be a really cool movie. I'm not gonna give away anything in the story, but it's kind of like a revenge story, with like a pro wrestling twist.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's all I got. I can't stop thinking about the other stupid shit we just said. The brown. I can't stop thinking about the brown note.
The brown note.
Years ago, I wrote a short story about. It was like a steampunk-ish sort of take on Jack the Ripper, and that would be awesome, like stop motion. You know, but the guys who did awesome. Like Leica Studios, the guys who did Coraline and stuff like that.
Yeah, Coraline.
Like that'd be amazing.
All right. It's been 2 hours, and
yeah, we're all. Our batteries are dying over here.
Yep. We had to get
First
two
thing-
different chargers from other
I'm
people.
gonna need you to start. You gonna have to wrap this up first. Do you have enough footage and audio for editing?
He's not even paying attention.
Sir?
Oh, I can't hear. You.
Oh. You couldn't hear. He doesn't have his headphones on.
So his phone has died too. Then
Oh, so he's not even,
His
he's not-
headphones have
The
died.
headphones died.
His headphones. He's
So
got
Geek
cables.
Studios
Wow.
also has a GoFundMe for their chargers.
Please. They're in need.
We're all in this together, guys.
we all need. We all need.
all need
Check out the
something.
Horror House GoFundMe, the Tales from the Cryptic Closet Kickstarter, and the soon to be launched GeekStudioz.
Oh, Ernest is designing the script right now.
oh, man. All right. Well, since he can't hear us, are you gonna close this up, Mike?
I guess. You might close it up here.
There you go. I can hear.
Yay!
About them.
He's playing. What is it? Bejeweled or whatever over there the whole time.
No, so since I'm on my phone, connected to the
Pornhub.
it was a different audio, right? But no, so the headphones died. So I was trying to connect the headphones back. So I kept leaving, coming back, and it wasn't working. I was like, all right, cool. Because
He's like, so basically,
we're gonna start a GoFundMe. Oh, cool. Yeah, we definitely need one. Because we definitely need another splitter for the audio.
Those things go what, $5-7?
Yeah, they're like
Come on,
$5.
guys.
Yeah.
We need some help over here.
They're going to do Indiegogo. That's what their thing.
So
We'll have
what is
all
it, like,
three crowdfunding platforms.
You know how they say for a cup of coffee a day. Help us.
A cup of coffee's a lot.
Yeah, these days.
It could be, yeah. It could be a lot. No, but yeah, so real quick before we end this, where could everybody follow you on? Like your social media and stuff. If you want to give it away, if you want to keep it private. And again, I will say whatever social media you want to give.
Okay. At Clap Geek Cheek.
There you go.
You can find honestly the best way to keep up with anything, any kind of events or anything that's going on with me is at the Horror House Shop, and that's horror with a H, not a W. I don't enunciate well. That's why I named it that.
He just walked away after that one. Did you see that? That was too much for him.
Hey Sam, TPK, come back.
Did he come in with his one piece?
Hey, it worked.
Oh, he's coming with the baby.
And then for us, it's GorillaPublishingGroup.com and Guerrilla Publishing on Instagram and Guerrilla Pub on Guerrilla_Pub on Twitter.
So the Kickstarter
X.
is from now until November 30th, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right now we are over. We just broke 2,000. So thank you to everyone who's backed it so far.
Yes.
Thank you guys who backed it while recording the podcast. We greatly appreciate it.
Very appreciated.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we'll reveal the figurine and the box later once we get them back from production and everything. So definitely check out both Instagrams for both businesses. Also, real quick, my boys in the Horror House are running a GoFundMe. They got screwed over from their shop. If you can also check that out and help them out. They're an essential part of not only the comic and what we do with Guerrilla, but also in the horror community for Chicago. So definitely give them a shout too.
Appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, and to any future landlords, Duct tape is not the same as fixing plumbing.
Yeah, dumbass. Yeah, duct tape doesn't work for everything. So
I think it just depends how much duct tape you use. Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
no,
Just in
So,
case.
didn't fix
yeah.
the
So,
election.
oh no. Yeah.
Bill, did you plug Bill,
What's
did you
that?
plug your social media?
I'm just Bill Hallier on Facebook and Instagram, and
Skeleton, isn't it?
Skeletongue on Instagram as well. It's SKELETONGUE. Check me out. And BillHallier.com.
Hell yeah.
If I can get that Squarespace to work for me, what the heck?
You can also find me on OnlyFans. RL Stoned.
Hold on. Let me open it up so I can find you quicker.
Yeah, RL Stoned, and all I do is get stoned and I read books and I flip the pages with my feet.
Hey, I'm sure there's an audience for it. So I wish you all the best of luck.
163 subscribers.
Nice.
164 soon. Don't worry.
I'll be 169.
It's the cat.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to join us. I know it's pretty late everywhere. And I do want to say once again, we were looking through the Kickstarter, so we looked at some of the images and the cover and the back part of it. We looked a little bit of the cereal box, at least the one that's on the thing. That all that stuff looks amazing. Like it's just that's one thing I've always said. You guys, your stories, your artwork, it's all like top tier.
Thanks.
So like, it's to the point where my daughter's friends have stolen a lot of my comics that you guys have made. So there's a bunch of high school kids that have the comics.
Perfect.
Criminals.
Yeah. So I will let them know that there's another one.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Tell them how much it costs to steal it this time.
Or they can get their own by backing the Kickstarter.
You can steal this off of Kickstarter for $14.95.
Or I could tell them that give me $10 or give me $20 and I'll buy you one. And I won't tell them the price.
Here you go.
And
Or
I'll
you tell
just use that to use stuff for myself or Kickstarter.
You make fun of your kids' friends' outfits until they're forced to buy an outfit from our Kickstarter.
I'll let them know that they could get in the future. They could get one the first pair of the sock and one sock for the next one, and then another sock to the other following one.
Yeah,
but
and then
it may not match.
Then the 27th book will have those toe rings. Remember?
Those toe rings would be amazing for a foot finder.
That and puka shell necklaces.
Oh man! All right. Well, once again, thank you guys so much. We wish you the best of luck on the Kickstarter, and for everybody that's listening, make sure you head over to the Kickstarter. Make sure you follow all of them on social media. Again, amazing work, amazing stories, amazing artwork, everything. So
thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys. This is fun.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right. Well, thank you everyone, and we will see you on the next episode.
All right.
Peace, love.
Find it. I did find it. Okay, cool.